What really happened at Nyayo National Stadium yesterday during a match between Kenya and Gabon? There were chants Ruto must go. Were the chants premeditated or were they spontaneous? That's what I want us to find out in this video. Before we have a look at those chants, let's listen to Professor Gulan speaking before that match. Listen to this.
So today we are having a match between Harambee Stars and Gabon. And I want to make all the fans that were there, the June 25th movement, to do something very special. When it reaches the 6th minute, 25th second, dakika ya 6, sekunde ya 25, mwanze kupiga kelele mpaka stadium iende wild. Kwa sababu gani? Hiyo ndio siku uhuru yetu ambao tuli-impeach parliament ilichukuliwa na hiyo story ya broad-based government. So all those conmen should know that any day there's a match in Kenya, at the 6th minute, 25th second, tutaanza kupiga kelele kwa sababu hiyo ndio siku uhuru yetu ilichukuliwa, vile tunataka kukomboa nchi wakachukua sahihi wa form broad-based government. Do what happened in Spain. Whenever there was a match between Real Madrid and Barcelona Football Club, ikifika the 17th minute, 14th second, which represent 1714, the year 1714, when Catalans lost their independence against the Spanish, they used to make noise. So make noise and go wild. Shout everything in your heart. Ongea itoke. Asante.
The good professor was speaking before the match, and he was urging Kenyans to make noise in the 6th minute for the stadium to go wild. And something similar to what the professor was saying did happen. Kenyans started chanting, Ruto must go. And there were even banners of Ruto and Raila must go. Have a look at that short clip before we continue. If keenly you look at that crowd, the ones chanting Ruto must go, if keenly you look at that crowd, the ones chanting Ruto must go, you can easily separate them from the rest of the stadium. Others are peaceful, not really chanting Ruto must go, but this crowd is very determined in chanting Ruto must go. I won't be wrong to say that crowd must have been a paid crowd. I want us to dig deep into all this for Kenyans to understand exactly what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Let me start by saying this. About 1 week ago, Ruto toured Nairobi County and he visited almost all the constituencies. There were no instances of heckling. Ruto was going directly to the ground. There were no instances of heckling. In fact, he was received very warmly. I don't understand why in some organized events we are seeing chants of Ruto must go. And we are even seeing banners of Ruto Raila must go. What could be happening, ladies and gentlemen? William Ruto's critics are very disparate. I'm not refuting the fact that Ruto might be unpopular, but his critics, the opposition, is very disparate to create an impression that William Ruto is indeed very, very unpopular. as much as Ruto might be unpopular, he is not as unpopular as social media is trying to make it appear. And if he was that unpopular, he could have not held very successful political tours in Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. If you want to know the direction the country is taking, just look at Nairobi. We have almost all Kenyan communities in Nairobi. If you are seeing Nairobi welcoming William Ruto, then be rest assured that the country might not be as hostile to Ruto as Kenyans are being made to believe. So it's important for Kenyans to understand that some of these hecklings are well planned to achieve an objective. And the objective is simple: to create an impression that Ruto is very, very unpopular. Nyayo Stadium has a seating capacity of about 30,000. If 200 people or 300 people are singing or chanting, Ruto must go, that does not mean that now the whole stadium was against or is against Ruto. It might just be the few paid chanting Ruto must go. So I won't be wrong again to say that crowd that was chanting Ruto must go, it might have been a paid crowd. That's something coming out very, very clearly. It's also very important for William Ruto and his team also start laying out strategies of countering such tricks by the opposition or by the critics. And the critics and the opposition here are clearly people such as Professor Gulan, Rigathis, and the Kalonzos, and the opposition brigade. I fail to understand how a stadium that was chanting Ruto Raila must go was able to eject PK Salasyia from the stadium. And the majority of people in that crowd saw no need of coming to the defense of PK Salasyia. If indeed that stadium was hostile to Ruto and to Raila Odinga, a majority could have come to the defense of PK Salasyia. That never happened. Another confirmation that those who are chanting Ruto must go might have been just but a few people who are paid to chant Ruto must go. Kenya's politics is largely tribal, and it will be so come the next election. Areas that have been supporting Raila Odinga, a majority will still support Raila Odinga. If Raila will support Ruto, expect Nyanza, Western Coast, Nairobi, Northeastern, Masais, Kisii. Expect a majority of those areas to support Ruto, courtesy to Raila Amolo Odinga. Nothing has changed much. Kenyans normally do forget things very, very fast. It will take only a few days of campaigns by Raila Odinga in those areas for William Ruto to win a majority in those areas. And that's why I still sympathize with Kenyans saying Ruto must go. The only way maybe of sending Ruto home is for Kenyans to rally behind candidates such as Matiang'i. They regard this, the Kalonzos will not be able to send William Ruto home. Ruto will win 2027 very early in the morning. If Kenyans can't stop this tribal politics, Ruto will still win. The only way of beating William Ruto is for Kenyans to abandon these ethnic political kingpins so that they can rally behind a candidate who can get support across the board. And if you look at the opposition, the only candidate who can be voted in across the board thus none other than maybe a Matiang'i. The moment Kalonzo will face Ruto, there are some communities that will easily avoid Kalonzo Musyoka. Same to Rigathi Gachagua. Kalonzo Musyoka carries this Kamba baggage on him. Anytime you see Kalonzo, you see the Kambas. Anytime you see Rigathi, you see Mount Kenya West. But for Matiang'i, Matiang'i has not been carrying that baggage. It's only recently that we have started seeing some kisses spoiling chances for Matiang'i. Matiang'i should not be seen as a kissy candidate, but he should be seen as a Kenyan candidate. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.